Hi guys! Today I'm 38 weeks pregnant, and I feel like my biggest surprise this past week is basically that time is still flying, absolutely flying by. I feel like I've mentioned this quite a few times in past videos that I keep anticipating time to get slow and really to start crawling because, I've just heard so many pregnant women mentioned towards the end of pregnancy that time just seems to crawl, like baby can't come soon enough. And honestly, for me, the days just turn into the weeks, and the weeks have just flown. I mean, right now we are coming up to the very end of September. It's almost October, and I really feel like it was a week ago that I was saying, oh, it's September, I can officially say my baby's supposed to be born next month. And now it's pretty much next month. I mean, we're just a couple days away from it being October. So that is crazy. I'm 38 weeks, so I'm 14 days away from my due date. I know the due date is not anything set in stone, but I will say one of the things I've been working on this past week, is just mentally preparing myself that the baby might actually come, sooner rather than later. I feel like I've consistently been saying like, oh, the baby could come any day. It could come any week. But I've honestly, throughout my entire pregnancy, I've pretty much assumed that my baby will come late. Only because, and I say late I say late just because that's how other people talk about it. I just basically mean past 40 weeks. I don't actually think a baby born past 40 weeks is late, but that's just how people tend to word it. I think technically you're not overdue until you go past 41. It might even be 42 weeks. I'm not really sure, but a lot of people will just right away, once they get to 40 weeks, start saying baby's late. So I've consistently expected my baby to come late because my mom and my sister both went 2 to 3 weeks late with, my sister only has one kid, and she was 2 weeks late, and then my mom went 3 weeks late with my sister, and I was born via C-section, so there's no way to know when I would have actually put my mom into labor. So, but anyway, just from family history, I've just always assumed that I wouldn't go into labor until getting at least closer to 42 weeks. So most of my mental prep throughout pregnancy has been that baby will probably come late. And that's not a big deal, and it's not a problem, and it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with my baby. But now that I'm getting closer and closer to the due date, I think especially with baby being in position, and it's been consistently in a good position, and just, how I've been feeling, I'm starting to think like, you really need to prepare your mind mentally that the baby could come any day. It's like I've said it, but I've not actually really put it into my head. I think I'm still working on it somewhat. I feel like part of me is like, well, yeah, the baby might actually come before 40 weeks. But it's still like every day when I wake up, I'm like, okay, well, the baby's not coming today. I don't think the baby's coming tomorrow. Like right now, I still feel like baby's not going to come today. Baby's not going to come tomorrow. I mean, I still don't really believe baby's coming this week, but I am trying to wrap my head around the possibility that baby could come. Technically me and my husband, we are ready for baby 100% as far as, everything that we need, having everything set up. It's just the mental part of it is like, I've not really considered that the baby could come. And that's really, I think, what I've been trying to work on the most. Just that, like, not that I'd be in shock. I don't know what it would be. It's just the fact that I really think I would be, like, if I went into labor today, I would be surprised. I would be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, I really would not be able to believe it. And I say that, and it's like, well, it's because I really don't think it's going to happen. So that's why I'm trying to do some mental prep, just to consider that possibility, because baby is in position, and, you know, I have no idea how dilated or effaced I am. I don't think I would let myself have a cervical check this early, but they don't do them anyway in this country. So, well, they don't do them until you're in labor. So, you know, I have no idea how prepared my body is in that sense. Not that I think that cervical, honestly, like even having cervical checks, it doesn't really say much about it, because some women will stay like 2 centimeters dilated for, you know, weeks. You know, some people can stay 4 centimeters dilated for a couple weeks, and some people will go from nothing to active labor in one day. So, you know, it doesn't really mean anything anyway. But, yeah, baby could come any day. I need to keep repeating that to myself over and over and over again. This past week, my energy was really, really good. I was pretty much on my feet all day, every day, this past week. So that was good, because I was able to get a lot done. Having my husband around, because he was off of work, was a huge help, because I got him to do most everything that was on the list that I needed his help with. Some of the things we still need to finish off, which is no big deal, because it's nothing major as far as like the amount of time it will entail. But you know, he's back at work, so it's not, you know, like I said, nothing major, but I just got a lot done last week. I have freezer stocked full of dinners, and, you know, just clean house, everything's ready, checked off my list more than twice. I think one of the things that I've actually had a problem, not an actual problem, but one of the things that I've had a problem with this past week is I have this like insane urge to buy things for the baby. Like, I mean, it really feels like nesting instincts, because like I keep going online, browsing every random website I can think of, you know, putting things in a cart, looking at the shopping cart and thinking, I don't need any of this, because I really feel fully prepared for the baby. So I just close out of the website. But I keep doing that because that gives me a little bit of satisfaction to fill that nesting need. But it doesn't give me like that, like that real satisfaction, because I really do feel like I want to buy things. I want to prepare myself for baby. Like, but I'm already prepared. So I don't know. It's like if you're pregnant and you're not that far along, and for some reason you're watching this, save a few things for the very end, because you will have this strong urge to shop. Or at least that's been my experience, and everybody's different, of course. So yeah, I just have nothing in this world that I can really think of that I actually need to buy for baby. I say that, but my husband did take me shopping yesterday, and you know, most of what we bought was not for baby. What's funny is we got like a little present for one of his really good friends whose wife is expecting, which is exciting because she's expecting just a couple months after I am. So we'll have babies that are similar in age. But we got a little gift for their baby, and that kind of filled my need to buy baby stuff a little bit. But most of the stuff that we bought otherwise was just, you know, for other people or for us, not for the baby. I did get one thing for the baby. I can't show it because I've got it. It's in the laundry basket. I don't feel like pulling it out of the laundry basket, but it's just one of the, it's an Aiden and an I Musi-Mate, which is, it's a lovey. So it's one of those stuffed animal / security blanket hybrids. Like, they're really small. So I got one of those. That was the only thing I bought for baby. That's like the first thing I've bought for baby in a long time. Just because I have everything. I don't need anything else, but I really want to buy something else. That's horrible, isn't it? Like, consumer world person problems. Yeah, material possessions are not that important, but I definitely feel a huge need to shop. So that's been fun this week, just filling up carts and then closing websites out so I don't have to actually buy anything. Yeah. Sorry, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking through my notes. I don't think I have much else to talk about, so just double checking. Oh, I do. One more thing that I wanted to mention is that I think the baby has dropped more. I don't know. My next midwife's appointment is next Monday, so I have a week till my midwife's appointment. But my last appointment, and my last update, I'd mentioned that baby's engaged, but it's not fully engaged. So it was at 3/5 last week. Now, I don't know how much it's dropped, but I'm pretty certain it has gone down further because this past week, well, really just like the past few days, I have graduated. Yay, graduation. Go me. I've graduated to the full-on pregnant woman waddle. And the reason for my waddle is basically because right now I cannot close my legs. Well, I can close my legs, but it is extremely uncomfortable, bordering on, I wouldn't say painful, but it is just, I would just say extremely uncomfortable. Because baby's head is right there in my pelvis between my legs, and you know, like if this is my pelvis and my legs want to close, then I feel like I am a vice just locking the baby in, and it's so uncomfortable. So when I walk now, I shuffle around. I feel like an idiot. I know it's not actually a big deal, but I just feel like an idiot because my legs are so open, and I'm just somebody who naturally, I've always walked where I've really put one foot right in front of the other when I'm walking. Not consciously, that's just my natural gait. Whereas I think most people at least kind of walk more like that. But my walk now has gone from this to, it probably shifted to this more recently. And now I'm like, huh, huh, and my feet like stick out sideways. So that's been interesting, but it is good news because I really do think that the baby's gone further down and is possibly fully engaged, which would be like lovely, lovely news to hear. But I would say at least it's gone down to like 2/5. It's definitely gone down further because I'm sorry, my walk is just so different than it was a week ago when I went to my last midwife's appointment. So, and I will actually, I forgot to mention, so another reason that I think the baby's dropped more besides the waddle is the fact that the waddle was preceded by another, not day, but just I had another period of time where I had a lot of tingling in my pelvic region, which is supposed to be like the relaxin being released into that area more so it could stretch open more. So I do think that that space opened up more for the baby to drop down further because I did have like, I don't know, maybe like an hour or so of where I really felt like these little, what feels like fingers tickling that area. Yeah, well, for me, that's what it feels like. So that's exciting. And that's it. So I'm going to go on to my bump shot and I will let you guys go. So this is not actually a maternity shirt, so it's quite short. But at this point, I'll just wear anything that fits me. This is the bump with the clothes on. And then with the clothes off. Ta-da! That's the baby bump. And quite honestly, I don't think it's changed much in weeks. But I do feel that the baby is actually getting bigger and bigger within my stomach. I just don't think the appearance of the bump has changed much, but Baby is still moving like a crazy person. If anything, I think it's sleeping less and less because I just feel the baby all day now, and I feel like it rarely stops. Like, I'm just like, don't you sleep anymore? Like, take a nap. I say that halfway joking though, because obviously like every movement that you feel, even when it's uncomfortable, is so amazing. And I still stare at my stomach every time I start to feel movements because I love watching like every weird bumpy thing that it does to me. So that is my baby. Stretch marks are still there obviously, but I just, you know, I feel like they're not getting any worse. They're not necessarily getting any better, but I just, you know, they're not really that big of a deal, so that's nice. That's it. I'll let you guys go. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.